Dear students, previous lecture we have seen about the asexual reproduction in plants, in animals. Now today we will see the asexual reproduction in plants. Now as you studied in the earlier classes, which was the asexual reproduction in plants? Yes, it was vegetative propagation. Now why it is known as vegetative propagation? Okay, why? Because this plants, though it possesses sexual parts, but in some cases, okay, if the sexual parts are not capable of reproduction, then in that case how the plants will produce a new offsprings. Okay, so some plants, yeah, every plants, they have the vegetative part. So this vegetative part, and if it helps to produce a new offspring, that vegetative part is known as vegetative propagules, and the process by which the vegetative part give rise to new plants, it is known as vegetative propagation. Now this vegetative propagation will be, this method can be by natural method and it can be by the artificial method. So first we learn about the natural method of vegetative propagation in plants. So which are those? So we will see all these natural methods such as runners, rhizomes, suckers, tuber, offsets, bulbs, okay, one by one. And we will see what is meant by the vegetative propagation and how it gives rise to new offspring. First is runners. Now runners, what? It is a slender stem. If we take the example of the grasses, how the grasses, if we grow just one, and how it increases its species. Okay, so how it increases? So this grasses, it contains one slender stem which runs above the ground, horizontal to the ground level, and when it comes in contact with the soil, it will again give rise to new grass. In this way, this slender stem is known as what? Runner. You can see here is a slender stem which is called as a runner. The runner is a vegetative part which will come constantly in soil. It will give rise to new plant. So here the runner is the example which can be seen in the grasses, in the strawberry. Okay. Now next example here, it is what? Rhizome. Now this rhizome we have studied in what? In the ginger. In point also, in the banana also we can see this rhizome. Now what is rhizome? They are the modified underground stem. In the modified underground stem ginger, you can see many lines. These lines are known as the nodes. Now these nodes, it is what? It is having the adventitious roots. Now when these nodes are being cut into pieces and when we grow in the soil, it can give rise to a new offspring. Therefore, these nodes, these lines, okay, which is known as what? Rhizome. So these rhizomes are responsible for giving rise to new plants. Next example here, it is what? Suckers. Suckers are what? Okay, now you can see here in this diagram that below the ground, that is at the base of the shoot, okay, you can see a non-green slender stem. Okay, when it comes in contact in below the ground only with the soil, it will give rise to a new plant. This part, this is a non-green stem, it is known as a suckers. Okay, so such suckers are present in some plants which will run horizontally to the ground level but below, not above which we have studied in the runners. If it is below the ground, okay, and it comes in contact with soil, it will give rise to new plant. So such part is known as what? Suckers, which is being seen in such plants, cherries and apple. It is found here at the base of the shrub, at the base of the tree, at the base of the herbs, or at the base of the shoot system. Next is what here? Tubers. Now tubers can be called as the eye of the potato. You have seen the green color buds on the potato. Okay, and if you just take out that birds and if you grow in the soil, it will give rise to a new plant. Means what? That bird is a vegetative part of the potato underground stem which can give rise to the new offspring. So this tuber can be seen in the potato, you can see here. Next is what? Offset. Okay, now this offset, now as you read in 11th standard about the water hyacinth plant. Now it is a outer hyacinth plant, also known as what? Bengal terror. Why? Because in the West Bengal it was found as an terror. Okay, it attacks, yeah, it covers the place where the existing species was there. So it was so powerful that it destroyed the existing species and it increased its species over that area. Therefore, it was known as a Bengal terror. Plus, when it grows on the surface of the water, the light is not allowed to pass below in the surface of the water, so that the aquatic animals which are living besides and beneath the water, they are not able to get the oxygen and the light also, and therefore they die. Okay, so this is the disadvantage and adverse effect of this water hyacinth plant on the existing species also famous for the beautiful flowers and beautiful leaves. But after all, it is affecting the aquatic animals like this. So if it is grow like this, what happens? Oxygen will deplete, light will not allow to fall down. So the aquatic animals will be killed. Okay, now how this water hyacinth plant grow? This water hyacinth plant grow, you can see the plant, you can see the swollen part. This swollen part is a stalk of the leaf, and stalk of the leaf is known as petiole. Therefore, it is a swollen petiole. It is not a offset. Which is the offset? You can see the slender stem here. This is a stem. This stem is known as the offset. And where this stem, when comes in contact under the favorable condition, it will give rise to new plant, which is seen in the pistia and the ecornia. Okay, so this you have to remember that the water hyacinth plant offset is a vegetative part. Last here it is a bulb. You can see the shape of the bulb. Therefore, it is known as a bulb. The bulb here comes in contact with the soil. It gives rise to a new organism, that is new plant. You can see here the growth from the bulb itself. It is a simple bulb. This is a compound bulb. Why it is compound? Many bulbs are there. Inside one bulb, many compartments are there. Therefore, it is a compound bulb. When the bulb gives rise to new plant, that is a vegetative part. It is known as vegetative propagation. Okay, so this is about vegetative propagation in the plant, that is natural method. Now we see the artificial method. Okay, before the artificial method, one it is that is about the leaves. Till now we have seen about the vegetative propagation in the roots, in stem. Now we have to see in the leaves. Now in the leaves, you know about the bryophyllum leaf. That leaf margin, leaf notches, okay, it gives rise to the new plant. As you can see here is a bryophyllum leaf. Besides that, other examples also we have to learn, that is about this begonia. In the begonia, at the time of the injury, when the injury occurs in the leaf, what happens? At the place of the injury, new birds arises. Okay, so this in the this leaf, the leaf surface area, okay, it is a vegetative part. So when there is an injury, it gives rise to a new plant. Okay, so you have to remember about this leaf surface and leaf lamina in the begonia. In the walking fern scientific name is adiantum. This adiantum species, what happens? Why it is known as a walking fern? Because here it is leaf tip, not leaf margin. In leaf tip is giving rise to a new plant. When this leaf tip come in contact with the soil, it gives rise to a new plant. Again, the other leaf come in contact with soil, give rise to a new plant. So here the leaf tip, here the leaf margin, here the leaf lamina. So in all, the leaves are responsible as a vegetative part which gives rise to a new offspring. This is about the vegetative propagation by the leaves. Now we see the artificial method of vegetative propagation that we do. Okay, by cutting the vegetative part and growing into a new plant. So which are the different methods? One method is cutting. Cutting means what? We have to cut the stem or the root. How we have to cut? We have to take care. We have to cut oblique section. Why? In the oblique section, it increases surface area for the absorption of the nutrients and transportation of the water and minerals. Okay, but if we cut straight away, surface area decreases. So we have to cut in an oblique section and then we have to grow in the soil. It will give rise to a new plant. One of the method is a cutting. Next method is a layering. Here cutting is not there. What happens? We have to just take a stem and we have to just band it and grow into the soil. You can see here. Okay, then it gives rise to a new plant. This is known as the ground layering method. The same layering we can also do in the air. Air means what? We have to in a big tree. One branch we have to take. Okay, one bottle we have to take. In that bottle we have to make a holes and we have to fill it with the soil. Now in that bottle we have to just bend the branch of the soil into the bottle and then we have to tie with it. After some time it gets the nutrients, so it will show the new leaves and new things. Okay, so that layering is known as air layering. Two types of layering is there: ground layering and air layering. Last method is grafting. Grafting is what? To produce a desired new variety and different variety of a plant which is not existing, that is known as a grafting. A simple example, if I can take the two different stems of two different plants. One stem of the orange, one stem of the just a lemon. And when we fuse it, a new plant is grown, that is a sweet lime. That is a grafting method. Now the part which is being rooted in the soil, that part is known as a stalk. And the part of the stem which is being rooted on the stalk, that part is known as a scion. This is a stalk, this is scion. We have to tie these two stems and then a new plant arises, that is known as grafting. Grafting is successful only in the plants in the species which are closely related. If they are very much different and vast differences are not closely related, then this is not possible. The success chance is very less. To native plants, we can do the grafting and we can get different variety of the plants. These are the three methods of the artificial method of vegetative propagation: cutting, layering, ground and air layering, and grafting method. And the importance of this method is what? It is a very cheap method, easily available, no much energy is not required, okay, no much maintenance is required, okay. And in the case where the temperature is not good, where the sexual gametes are not being able to produce, in that case, okay, and into case to produce different variety of the plants, we can use this method. Therefore, this method is having very much importance, okay, besides the sexual reproduction. Thank you.